Hey Collective, this is a reading about the wasp as a spirit messenger. I've been taught to read animal signs by my indigenous ancestors who are my spirit guides. And anyone who's seeing animal signs or spirit animals in their life and has been wondering about their meanings, I really strongly encourage you to look into native stories about spirit animals and their origins. And I also encourage you to look into your own ancestry. And there you may find that in your family history, there is some significance to spirit animals or to the specific animal that you're seeing. So, with that being said, let's delve into the wasp as a spirit animal and its spiritual meaning. I'm doing this reading just as if you, the viewer, were a client of mine who came to me and said, I'm just seeing wasps everywhere I go, and it's really in my face and just seems really significant, but I'm having trouble knowing what that meaning is. I'm reading this wasp sign that you're seeing it from that perspective. So let's see what Spirit can tell us about the wasp and its spiritual meaning in your life. So before I shuffle the cards here, I did hear the song from Cheers, the TV show. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a really old show. It goes where everyone knows your name and they're always glad you came. So perhaps this sign that you're seeing has to do something with either family or seeing friends. And I also was just getting the sense that there's a lot of pressure possibly for the person that is seeing this wasp as a spirit animal. I just sense some pressure there. So let's see how this plays out. Spirit, what can you please tell the viewers about the wasp that they're seeing? What is this wasp symbolizing in their life at this time? Thank you. So we have the electric eel spirit, which says bring your ideas to life, and the dolphin spirit, which says this and that are true. So I actually want to start with the dolphin spirit, and it's a number 20, so perhaps that is significant to you in some way. Of course, it is the year 2020. So it says this and that are true. So there's many, many meanings to every spiritual symbol that we see. And so this is just a general look into what this could be meaning. So if you're watching this video and resonating with some things that I say, but also resonating with some other stories that you've read, then that's okay. It takes a lot of effort from the universe to send you a sign, and there's signs that we're receiving all the time, and because we're not always open and aware, even though we may try to be, we're probably missing some too. So kind of this really perfect scene has to be orchestrated by the universe to create this perfect moment where you're seeing a spirit animal like the wasp, and that also other things are going on in your life that are causing you to think, this feels significant. There's a lot of things going on for me right now, and I'm really wondering and hoping that this is a message about that, because I could really use some guidance right now. So when you're getting into interpreting these signs that are very cultural for some people, and many cultures have history about these animals, it's just important to keep in mind that this and that are true. And just because there are ancient stories doesn't mean that you can't look into your own story now with this spirit animal and be kind of creating some new scenarios. So then we also have number 24, which is electric eel spirit. So this is kind of a long way out, but just with 20 and 24, I'm thinking there could be something significant in your life that happens in 2024. It's not too long away, 3.5 years. And it says, bring your ideas to life. So in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how there does seem to be some sense of pressure surrounding the wasp as a spiritual sign for some of you. And so perhaps the reason for that is because you do have a really good idea inside of you that you may have been consciously contemplating or kind of subconsciously contemplating as well. But it looks like you're about to birth something new and creative, but maybe you're just needing a little bit of like push behind that to really get those ideas in motion. And so the wasp is kind of like a scary sign to some people, or to honestly most people, because when you get stung, it hurts. And when you see one, there's kind of like pressure to get away or get out of its way, because a wasp, you know, if you get in its way, will sting you or do what it needs to do just to get what it needs. So sometimes we just need a little motivation behind something to really put that plan in action. And so I'm seeing the wasp as a sign for you that spirit is really behind this idea that you have, or this goal you have. Since it is a 3 to 4 year time span that I was talking about for 2024, this definitely could resonate for someone who is thinking about going to school or is in school for like college or for some kind of trade. So let's get some more information from spirit on what the wasp could be meaning in your life at this time. And if you're resonating with this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. That would really help me out. Thanks. So spirit, what else can you tell me for my viewers about the wasp and its spiritual meaning in their life? Maybe let's try this deck first. So spirit, what kind of healing messages are there for the viewers watching about what this wasp could be symbolizing in their life? There we go. So we got the card of seek. So yeah, I think that you're seeing it because this symbol is pretty complex. We just have so many preconceived notions about wasps that this really takes some investigating for you. So the reason for it being kind of not, you know, one of the classically thought of as, you know, beautiful or mystical signs, and that's not my personal opinion, of course. I'm just, you know, I mean, the wasp isn't exactly glamorous compared to maybe seeing like a bald eagle or something. So the purpose behind it is to be kind of unclear, or to be kind of shrouded in mystery, because people just don't, like, it kind of takes something significant, I think, for people to be looking at a wasp and saying, I really feel like there's something more behind this, that there's something spiritual trying to be said to me through this animal sign. Because just like, I mean, when you're growing up, everybody knows somebody who sees a wasp and just runs away screaming. Or, you know, you talk to people and you see one and they just say, oh, I hate wasps. So it's just in the general culture of kind of everywhere, I think, to kind of react that way to a wasp, because they are dangerous a little bit. I mean, it doesn't feel good to be stung. And they can sting multiple times, unlike a bee who will only sting once and then it dies after that. So yeah, I think that you're just being sent this sign because it is highly significant, and it's causing you to look more deeply into the ways that you may naturally be able to interpret animal signs for yourself, or something about your ancestry. it's probably for each of you about something highly specific. So, Spirit, what else can you tell me about healing messages that this wasp could be bringing for the viewer? Oh, and obviously the most basic point here is seek, that you're on the right path by just seeking information or looking into this sign more deeply, that you're paying attention and that you are listening to Spirit. This is an affirmation for you that this does mean something. So then we also have third eye chakra. Amazing. So yeah, this means something. The fact that you are able to, look outside of your programming, you could say, about what a wasp means, is symbolizing that you are tapping into your third eye chakra. So I do read cards reversed when they come out that way, and I mean, Seek was kind of reversed, I guess you could say, but most of the time I will read, like, especially third eye chakra. If it had come out reversed, I would say that it might be symbolizing a block there. But actually, this is a very wonderful and mystical sign for you, this wasp coming into your life, because it is symbolizing that your third eye chakra is open, or that you are opening it, or that you are just tapping into something, more than this 3D world. So also interesting with these two cards is the third eye chakra is a 6 and the Seek is a 9. So kind of opposing numbers, but mirroring in a way. So that could feel significant to someone. So just the fact that you're looking into this, you're on the right path to continue opening up your third eye, or if you are someone who feels like you have some psychic abilities, you're definitely on the right path, and this is just a real affirmation for you. So then we also have Rebuild, which came out in reverse, and this is a 16, and this is like the Tower card, so but it's in reverse. So this also could be symbolizing some kind of tower moment that could be happening for someone else that you're in a connection with. So like I just said about the the 6 and the 9 being kind of opposing but mirroring numbers here. Perhaps somebody that you're highly connected with, regardless of if you're in contact or not, is going through something, and you could be sensing that. So that is a big lesson for people who are either just energetically sensitive, or people who have psychic or clairvoyant abilities. We have connections with people that we meet, and sometimes we can even retain a connection from just some interaction you had, like at the grocery store or something. So perhaps this sign is coming out for you just to remind you of that we can take on other people's energy, sometimes unknowingly, if we identify with one of those that I said, like people with abilities or people who are sensitive. So and a lot of people are having a hard time right now. Things are up and down. Some things get better, and but then like especially, I'm just really sensing a lot of people are having trouble with their jobs and income and housing right now. So if you're really highly sensitive or really attuned, you can be picking up these kind of roving energies that are just really, they're just like roaming around right now because that stuff is going on. So that's not meant to make you fearful, just to remind you that even though you might have everything together and you've got this good idea that you're working on and everything, and it seems like you should be feeling really good, if you don't, the possibility of it being just some energy from your surroundings, like even your neighbors and stuff, like it could be from that. So just a reminder to to be aware of that, and then use grounding practices that you have, or energetic clearing practices you have that could have you feeling much better in like a matter of no time. So Spirit, are there any more meanings that you would like to share with the viewers? Oops, those are all upside down. Is there any more information that you'd like to share with the viewers about the wasp symbol that they're seeing in their life right now? Now let's try this other deck. I also have some spirit animal interpretations on my website if you'd like to check those out, and they're free, and so my information is in the description box below and you can check those out. I have one there about crows, and I also have one there about dragonflies right now. So you have the Knight of Bows, the fox reversed. Also an interesting sign to come out, because like I was saying, that people might even interpret a wasp as being kind of like a tricky character or a tricky symbol, or being like a bad omen or something. The fox is kind of thought of in a similar way, but I mean, he is like the trickster, but you know what I'm saying. So it's just showing that like the trickster energy in your life, or things that were seem like they're getting in your way to achieving your goals, are reversed. That it's just kind of due to the general chaos around at times. And so just to remain detached from that, like remain detached from, you know, that very real response that a lot of us have to seeing a wasp. Like, I gotta get out of here. I'm freaking out, you know, just to be aware that those energies exist, but they don't necessarily belong to you. And actually your path here for your success is looking really, really excellent. So just caution against getting distracted by those energies when they are not really for you. So Spirit, do you have any final messages about this spirit animal for the viewers? Yes. Okay, so we have the King of Bows here, which is the Adler. It's this pile of snakes. So we're getting just like a lot of mirroring but opposing energy here. So just the imagery of this card, I'm taking this as a reminder that, you know, it's not like every spirit animal symbol is going to be a positive one. We also utilize them to foresee and discern, you know, at something coming, something that we should be aware of. So I'm just taking this as the mirror energy to the fox being reversed, that there are things out there that a spirit animal could be warning you against. And so there's some more cards here, and I'm guessing that they're not flipped over, but I'm guessing that this is going to be for those of you who may be receiving the wasp as like a cautionary sign. So we also have, the Page of Stones, the links. And this really does stand for some kind of hidden energy or hidden motives. So for those of you who've been watching this and are like, you know, no, this is not how this symbol is playing out for me. There really are some things in my life that can't be made bright and shiny. And I feel that this is what this sign means to me. Then this is for you, because, you know, this and that are true. Like the dolphin spirit card said, there can be multiple meanings to the wasp. So for those of you that are resonating with this, you know, I do see there is not only a tricky energy in your environment, but also someone who's like extremely adept at staying in the shadows and staying unseen in order to have their own needs met. And so possibly dealing with this person could lead you to a pit of snakes kind of situation. And more accurately, you know, it's like a power struggle between the bigger snakes here. And also the pole star. So this is this is like the star in the traditional tarot deck. So a wish. So it's interesting too, because you could also be resonating with some of the other side here that is about this good idea and moving forward with it. But maybe you're like, no, I need some advice on, the real obstacles that could be in my way, that could be cutting off my path to my wish, that you have a lot writing on this, I guess. And so then we have the Three of Vessels, or the Three of Cups, which is reversed, which is joy. So it does seem like something to do with some social structure, or just something with other people is out of balance here. Maybe you feel like there's more than one person that's kind of against this plan you have, or could even be like trying to take credit for your work. You could feel like it's a group of 3 people, or 3 women. But could be a man too. It's just they're cranes and there's cups. It's just like a very feminine card. You could feel like this group is kind of conspiring against you. And then you have the Ace of Arrows reversed, and it says the breath of life. So maybe there's some competition in at work, in some like hierarchy of management or work, where your dream is to move ahead, and you can see like in your mind, or the way things have been, that the path has been like pretty clear. It's dark to get there, but you have a good plan, you've worked hard, so there shouldn't be too much in your way, but all of a sudden you're seeing these roadblocks. So possibly the situation you feel could be cutting off you like moving ahead or getting a promotion. And there was one that fell on the floor, which is the King of Vessels reversed, the Heron here. So yeah, it looks like you are worried about somebody cutting off your offer to, honestly, I feel like, what is a promotion. So this is getting pretty long, but I'll do like a few more cards for you to see what you can do. And possibly, like if you already know and you were like, I just needed that confirmation to know how to deal with these people, then totally go with that. But that was just kind of a lot to be like, okay, yep, it looks like this is happening. So Spirit, what can you tell for this group of people that are dealing with, possibly some other people trying to block their path to success? What can you tell me about how they can deal with this situation? So you can just go with the flow here. So yes, it's coming, but maybe that awareness is enough. That Spirit has tried very hard to bring you this sign to let you know, yes, this is going on. Because sometimes, we might tell other people and they're like, oh, that's just in your head, or, think positively, and you're like, no, it's really going on. So just, sit in the knowingness of your awareness of this situation, and then just watch how things play out. Because it seems to me, obviously, if Spirit is sending you these signs, this is encouragement to keep trusting your intuition, and maybe the lesson is about how that is how you flow with all of this, to not get caught up in like the third eye, the future knowing of things, and then just worrying about them. That now that you have that information, you just sit in the knowing and see how things go, because Spirit is obviously conspiring to help you have success in all these other ways, and sending you signs and trying to speak with you. So possibly even opening yourself further to that is going to have you having more success in this than you could have ever imagined. And then finally, we have the sacral chakra that comes out with this. So if you are doing chakra work, it seems like an exercise you could do if you're in this situation, and honestly for everyone, because the sacral chakra gets blocked really easily or just is kind of not flowing as well as it could be. You can do some meditation or look up, some yoga practices that can unlock the energy there, which is not only our center of sexuality, but it is our center of creativity. So it's especially important in work situations. And with the third eye chakra as well, I'm just sensing that maybe there is a little more groundedness needed in your lower chakras, so that you can use, this awesome, mystical, cool, futuristic information and then use it to create what you want. Because that just really shouldn't happen. I mean, we let it happen all the time, but it's just, like you aren't being shown all these signs and given all this information just so you can worry about it. It's like because there's a huge opportunity here for you to manifest. So that was a lot of information about the wasp as a spirit messenger, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video and subscribe. And my information is in the description box below if you'd like a personal reading. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.